Hey, hello there. How's it going? Do you manage to finish 2.2? Oh, that's rough. Who do you lose it to? I mean, obviously, if it's a Bronya, Bronya is always a good choice. I assume you're going for Boot Hill, unless you meant in this game, I think. Oh, Bronya. Oh, okay. Well, that's not that bad then. I mean, it sucks. Obviously, you want to win, right? I get that. Oh, wow. I mean, that's better than. I mean, I kind of prefer. I mean, if I was going to lose, I'd want Bronya because, like, if you get her, I mean, let's see, I forget what her constellations were. I know E1 really helps her out to be more skill point positive. I forget what her extra ones did beyond that. I don't think I have her E1 yet, even. Although I have like an E3 uh, Himeko. Himeko is the one I keep getting. Although I think like my last pulls on Robin finally got me the last standard. Oh, okay. I could never do that. Like, I mean, I could do that definitely more for Honkai than any other game. I actually thought I'd come back and like do Genshin, like a free to play alt, so that I could like go through the story again, just because it's been so long since I've gone through all like the main story. But then like I started it and it was just rough, and then having all the exploration to redo again just felt like, oh my God, it's fine to do it once, but like having thinking you have to do it, and like you kind of feel compelled to do it because of all the primo gems you get from it. It just was like I just didn't want to do that. Whereas Honkai, it's much quicker. Like you can do things much quicker. Like it wouldn't be so bad, but like I did it. I played the game. It's only a year old. Like I still kind of remember the story for everything, so I don't really feel the need to do it. But it definitely is something that is easier for alts because like it's easier to farm. It's quicker to get through the story. I think quicker to like get your Trailblazer rank as well. Like this game, I mean, I obviously don't know what the new player experience for this game is because it's been so long for me. Like, I don't know how quickly you get adventure rank, and I know that in Genshin they reduced the required like level you needed to be for a lot of shit. So maybe you don't get like stuck. Like when I played, you got stuck. Like it was like, oh shit, you got into Mondstadt. It's like, oh, you want to do Storm Terror? Sorry, like you need 5 more adventure ranks, which means you got to wait like a week of dailies or like 100% the area, in a time when the treasure compass doesn't exist. And there was no percentages on the map, so you don't even know how far you've gotten. So maybe nowadays maybe a new player is not as restricted. Maybe it's much quicker, but I don't know. The combat in this game is rougher. Like you have to actually have relatively good characters, and you just feel so weak if they're not built. And I think I'd have a much easier time playing Honkai as a new player. Like if I just started an account right today. Like I would obviously like be sad missing all my characters that I have, but it doesn't feel like combat is easy to do. So even if you're getting like screwed because you just don't have all the good characters, you can still like there are still paths forward and stuff and ways to make it work. Whereas in Genshin, it's not that it's impossible, but like knowing how strong characters are, it's rough to go back to when you're weak. Because like in Genshin, you always have the metric of time. It's like, oh, okay, fighting a pack of hilichurls in with my normal account. That's a leaf. In my normal account, like a pack of hilichurls takes like a second or two. But then when I do when I was doing my free to play briefly, it was like, oh, okay, it takes you like 30 seconds or something like that, like 10, 20 to 30 seconds to beat them, and you're just like you feel so weak. And it's not like it's a problem with being free to play. It's just the problem of being new. Like your characters are under leveled, you don't have artifacts, you don't have artifact bonuses, you don't have weapons. Like all of these things added up together just makes you feel weak. Whereas in Honkai, it's like, you're given enough stuff where it really doesn't like affect you that much. Although I would still kind of be reluctant and missing and be sad that I missed all the free event light cones because there's Bron or not Bronze, Silver Wolf's one. Uh, that was really a really good effect hit rate, and I'm not sure if the one we got for the Ghost event, I'm not sure if that was super good. I don't think I remember seeing if anyone use them. Yeah, it does suck though. E3 kind of sucks. Well, actually, E3 is Braun is talent and ultimate, which is gonna be super useful. Yeah, E4 Braun is pretty cool, and E6 is ridiculous. Good. E6 Bronya would mean that you could have double DPS. It enables her better for a double DPS team because what you could do is because now that the boost from her skill is an extra turn means you can alternate boosts. You can boost one character and they get a 2-turn damage boost, and then you boost the other DPS character, they get a 2-turn damage boost, and then you just alternate back and forth between them, which is pretty cool. And E4 is kind of interesting. Just extra toughness reduction on weak enemies. I don't know. I'd rather get more Bronyas. I mean, Himiko's fine. E3 Himiko is cool. Like I like Himiko. She's nice. Uh, but she's not super strong. Erudition has a rough time. She's definitely Pure Fiction definitely made her more relevant. So I do like that. So like Herta and Himiko are definitely getting a lot of use in Pure Fiction. Makes them very very helpful. But yeah, like I think when I was pulling for Robin, I got the last standard banner character I didn't have, which so I got Yang King, which sucks obviously because he's Yang King, but I have them all now, so that's one less. So we'll see. I don't plan on obviously I don't plan on getting Boot Hill, but I want I'd like to get Jade. Jade seems pretty cool. Plus I like all the Quantum characters. I like having Quantum, although she's Quantum Erudition, so it's like I don't know. Like I mean, Ching Jinquei is pretty cool too. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I can't. I'm not sure. I've used her in Swarm, so it'd be interesting to see how good Jade performs if she can completely replace her. But I want Jade, so we'll see how lucky I get for that. If I lose my 50-50 again, I've been relatively lucky in Honkai Star Rail though. I have been doing pretty well in that. Although my luck was like I had super good luck in the very very beginning. Like I won like 7 out of 8 50-50s for characters. I had like not oh well there were a few double 5 stars I got, but there was also like back to back 5 stars in 10 pulls that I had gotten. Lately my luck hasn't been as good. Like it's just been kind of average. But like my Genshin luck has been absolutely terrible. Like getting Chiori and Arlecchino was just absolute shit, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? It's gambling. Gambling is gambling.
そのように私の瞳をじっと見つめるのはやめた方がいい。何を見てしまうとも限らない。
No, not really. I'm getting my shit set up. I'm gonna I'm gonna start my walking. So usually when I walk on my treadmill, uh, once I get my treadmill set up, and then I'm getting my YouTube video set up that I watch while I do it. Then I'll wander around and do shit. I still obviously have to do the flowing mastery. Oh yeah, I forgot to do spiral abyss again. Whoopsie. I think Arlecchino uses this. Okay, let's just go do this one then. But yeah, doing dailies is what keeps me healthy to a degree. At least it gets me to walk more than I would typically walk. Like if I was just walking, like I'd be less inclined to walk. Like I would just kind of feel lazy, like oh I don't feel like doing it or whatever. But then I think, oh well, you know I'm going to be doing my dailies anyway for Genshin. Like there's no real reason not to. You know, like it's not. I mean, it's just walking. It's not super tough or anything. So that's how yeah. I play on my PlayStation, so it's super easy. I just have my controller in my hand while I walk. I wasn't then. I actually went live before I had everything set up, simply because it's the weekend, so I was relaxing. Yeah. So it's actually it's ridiculously convenient to actually both stream, and streaming on PS5 is super easy because I can just press the share button and there's just a broadcast, and all I do is put in a title and it'll automatically start, which is very very simple. And then and because it's on my console, it's connected to my television, which is bigger than my computer monitor, so I can just then click I can see it from a distance. I mean, because my treadmill's in my living room, so obviously it makes it look like shit. Like my living room look like shit because obviously there's a big treadmill in it, but it's whatever. And so yeah, like doing dailies and shit. Like dailies themselves like take about 10. Well, if you're really really pushing it, you can finish it in like 10 minutes maybe. If you like ignore everything. Although there's obviously some aspects of it where it's just like, oh well, I guess I could do these. There's some aspects of it that are like will take time. Like if you actually have to spend resin, or if there's an event or something, it might take longer. But like, if I was just gonna do my dailies, oh shit! Why do none of them have their? Why have none of them have energy? Jesus. Okay. Oh, she doesn't even have energy. Fuck. But yeah, one of the huge advantages too of doing my dailies while I walk is that like I just get involved. Like it distracts you, obviously. You know, like I do my resin spending, I do this, I do that, and there have been like lots of times where I end up like walking for an hour because whatever the daily was ends up just taking that long, or it's like it's an event or something or a request, and because I'm doing it, I'm just like, oh okay, because I gotta get some actual energy now. Like I think yesterday was a little shorter in a sense, but I think it was only like 50 minutes. But like, yeah, like my last few dailies end up taking like an hour because I do my actual like daily dailies, but then spending resin, doing like yesterday was the combat event. I finished up the combat event to develop the seahorse enemy here, so it's ended up taking a while. So it ended up like taking longer, and it's like it's pretty involved too because it's action combat. It keeps you kind of like doing shit. Oh, the Wanderer boss. Well, for that, like I think you mean the weekly, right? Where you actually defeat the god. And, for that one, what I like to do is there's a few bosses that I do in co-op, simply because it's more fun. I find co-op to be like there are a few that like I'm just so much quicker at, like doing Signora and Child I can usually kill super easily with my Ganyu, so I don't even bother co-oping. But like pretty much all the new weekly bosses, even though I could do it solo, I do actually find it a little more enjoyable to just get a match group, just get a group. And then just set up a co-op thing. Matching's usually pretty quick. Oh. I mean, although if you are going to match, I would recommend. Yeah, sure. Are you logged in? Are you in? If you're in the NA, the America servers, I can help you. Oh, okay. Just pop out then. What's your? I can add you as a friend, or you can add. Oh, there you are. Is that you? Is this you or? Ah. In 1 second, need to go get my health back. Because I was being reckless with my riding. Okay, let's go do the Wanderer. Sumer. Although, yeah, this one actually is kind of tough, simply because like there's the added difficulty that you kind of need to have specific elements. So, yeah, if you're going to be a healer, there we go. Then we need like specific elements. So you have to be able to pop the electro things. Now you have a Wanderer yourself and a Bennett, so you should be able to pop the constructs. But yeah, there are some times where Wanderer actually doesn't pop the constructs, like, which is you can't use electro, obviously. You can't use because they're electro constructs. You can't use hydro. You can't use dendro. You can only pop those constructs with ice, fire, or wind. I would say Wanderer. I would say Wanderer first, because like the Animo is just more useful. Swirling is just a more useful reaction. We don't really need an extra pyro. Uh, you could. It wouldn't be that helpful though, because I'm going to be Ganyu because I like Ganyu and I can attack from a distance. But Nihida with like the only person who could actually cause a Dendro reaction would be Fiorina, and you'd only be able to get Dendro cores, which are kind of weak. So yeah, Bennett is kind of useful because it can provide healing. So I would recommend Bennett so you can make sure you can heal yourself. I don't know if you've made it. If have you made the food pouch? 'Cause if you made the, 'cause if you have the food pouch, you can set it up to your. Oh, okay. So like as you can see, so if you see in my at the corner of my screen, I have L1 and circle. L1 and circle is how I can instantly use food. Really helps in co-op. Really helps all around. Like no matter what, in co-op or on the field, it's just a tool that you can equip, and you can put food that you've created in there, and instantly heal yourself. Oh, shit. So it's a good way. It's a good thing if you ever have a co-op because obviously obviously in co-op you can I think you can still open your bag and stuff, but like the game's still going in co-op, so you can fuck yourself over by I'm gonna pause and get some food real quick. But if you are too slow or then it can you can get screwed, which obviously sucks. And that's why the bag is super useful because honest. What the fuck? Let's keep our heals up. Heal for everybody. Okay. And then pop the constructs. Get the energy. Pop him. What the hell? I missed. It went like below his feet. And then you use the thing to... No, you're... okay, well that's why you're having a hard time. You have to use the Dendro things to get on top of on top where his head is. There are... You're not supposed to attack him from down there. He's super weak. That's why he has a platform on his chest. So what you do is, when he breaks and falls down, there will be, like, things up in the air. The same Sumeru things, you like, grapple to. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, typically, yeah, you're supposed to do that, because you grapple up to one up here, and then you grapple, because there's two of them. You grapple to one here, then one there, and one of them should be, like, directly on top of the chest thingy, and then so you can just, like, grapple to that one, and you can even just do a down slam, and it'll, slam you down right on top of the, on his chest cavity thing.
Although that's another reason why I like to use Ganyu, is because Ganyu can attack from the ground, and she's still strong from the ground. But yeah, it's this thing. Oh shit, you need to do this. But it's this tool bag. So if you can create the NRE menu 30, that's super useful. I forget where you craft it from. Oh, I remember. I think it's a reputation thing. So I think if you level up your reputation in Mondstadt, you get a recipe for that. And then essentially you can put in food, both a healing item and a revive item. And it'll, like, using it will obviously use it from your inventory. So when it runs out, you'll have to put in another food item to automatically use when you use it. But it is incredibly useful because it's, obviously in co-op where you can't pause at all, it's a way to instantly use a healing item. And then even on the field, like even when you're out and about, yeah, sure, you can bring up the menu and it will pause the game when you're in solo. It still is slightly quicker to do it from the menu. As you see, when I bring up my L1, there it is. There's the circle. Oh. So yeah, there's a few. They haven't done it that frequently, so I understand for like new players, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just do the reputation on the current. Or newer players might be like, oh, I'll just do the reputation on the more recent one's. But like, yeah, I think that one's from Mondstadt, and I'm pretty sure it's from Mondstadt. I think it was. It's either Mondstadt or Leeway, I forget. Each of them had something useful. I remember, like, I had to make a decision when they first introduced the reputation system to figure out like which one I was going to do first. Oh yeah, that was the wind catcher. That was stupid. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so it is Mondstadt. So if you get to level 5, which is actually not that hard to do, because you can't even like do, especially if you've like done a lot of exploration and quests, getting to level 5 should be pretty quick. And then you'd only need to do like maybe a week. Like depending on, I forget what the rewards are for everything else, but like if you had have done all quests in Mondstadt, and like if you, there's only 22, so it's not that many actually. But yeah, like if you've done all these quests and you've gotten a full exploration, that should really, or at least 60%, that should really push you pretty far. That might get you to level 3 even. And then maybe it's like a week or two of doing the bounties and requests from Mondstadt specifically to boost your reputation. And then you can craft this baby. And yeah, that is very, very useful. I forget what the Leeway one was. Leeway also has something super helpful too. Well, they're not as helpful, but I know that there was some sort of decision I had to make when it first came out of which one I was going to do first. What do you offer? Yeah, the treasure compass. Oh. Uh-oh. You dead? Let's see where you are. Where are you? Oh, where are you? Let's see, you're down that way. Open up the map. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, I see. You're doing the Aeon Blight. Boop-doo. Do. Ah. Well, let's see if I can solo it.
裁きの一権限無我の境地やったふんやったふんやってふんえいとやっつぶ風よせい月のように永遠の貫こうここより弱滅の時全力攻撃だせい礼をわきまえる虫け
There we go. Yay. You need another Wanderer kill, or just more of these? Oh, actually, no, yeah, man, you can only do one. Yeah, I was sorry. I was thinking it was like a Honkai, where you can just do the same weekly boss over and over again to use up the communal thing. Yeah, I forgot. You can only do Genshin weekly, once a week. But yeah, so generally, like what I would recommend is that yeah, next time you do it, just try matching for it. Oh, actually, I didn't. Oh, I didn't pick up the reward because I assumed I already done it, but I haven't. Whoops. I should have at least tried to open it. Whatever. But yeah, generally that's what I do because there's certain bosses that are just kind of easier. That one, Wanderer is kind of hit and miss. Like I could kind of do it easier, somewhat, because it's like because there are certain mechanics in it that just kind of make it slow, regardless if you do it solo or not. But there are other bosses that are like so much more easy and fun, and you can do them much quicker, right? Like APEP is another one. Like pretty much all the new ones are much more fun to do with other people. Like APEP, much like I can do it solo, but having like multiple people on the same field causing reactions really helps in all phases, especially the ad phase where there's so many fucking ads. Having more reactions is better. Same for the whale. Like the whale is just a little more enjoyable with other people. Generally, it's usually quicker. There are just a few bosses that are just like are too easy, like the like Signora. I have my Eula, Zhongli, Ganyu, Jean team, and they're just pretty quick. Like Ganyu is the driver basically. Zhongli just shields her up, and she just charge shots her dead, which is pretty easy. I can do it. I could do it co-op. Like I think it can be faster co-op, but it's more reliable if I solo it. Same for Child. That Ganyu just destroys Child, so I just always solo that. Ganyu could also do the Ajdaha pretty easily as well, but I have been co-oping that as well a little bit. Generally, and like generally, it's just more fun. If there's matching available, I usually just try to match because it's more. Died again. Where'd you go? Where are you on the? You're this way on the map, which is. Oh, you're in Izuma. There you are. Why are you over there? Oh, is that where your dailies are set up? Oh, there you are. Ah. Oh, I see. Let me guess. You ran out of stamina and died?
権限
信念へ落ちる。俺は不出来な団長だな。
Got him. Oh, did you die again? Oh yeah, you're not here anymore. What the hell? Yeah, I would have. It's something you seem to be forgetting because the Wanderer can float up and like still get him. But yeah, like if they ever get, because like I was trying to attack too, but then I got to, like at this point and then I started floating. I'm like, okay, whatever. And at that point, I would usually just get back on land and lure him back. Because yeah, it is annoying. They are taller than us, so they can be standing in places we can't stand.
稲光すなわち永遠なり。
凍ってしまうよ。
And I've gotten this art guy so many times. I think I've done all the side quests in Fontaine. I should probably switch back to Inazuma because I know there's some dailies. A red one. I know there's some dailies in Inazuma that I need for achievements. I think I've gotten all the Fontaine ones, but okay. I'll come help you once this guy shuts up. Yeah. Hurry up. Oh, one of the red samurai? Yeah, generally, Inazuma can be rough in... Where are you? Inazuma can be rough when there are two samurai. Because once you beat... Or two of the big ones, right? Like, side by side. Because once you beat one, then the other one enrages, essentially. And so they're not as stunnable, and they're more tanky, and that just gets annoying. But, like, you know, what can you do? Obviously, the idea is you want to like whittle them both down simultaneously because there usually is a I mean, if you get lucky, sometimes they'll be stuck in the middle of a mechanic, and so they'll have to wait until the mechanic's all done. Like they're in a certain, they're like locked into an animation or locked into an attack coming up next, which gives you like a few more seconds of time to kill him before. Nope. But then there's other times where like the second you kill one, the other one immediately starts his enraged charge. Oh yeah, I can't interact with these guys in co-op mode. Oops. Yeah, Teapot is how I level up my I passively level up my friendship. Although actually, so I've been playing the game for so long that I've actually maxed out friendship on every character with the exception of Arlecchino, which I just got. So like, yeah, obviously I'm stuck. You know, you start low, but like I think I found out that even if you do like literally nothing, like even if you never ever use them and you just put them in the teapot, I think they max out in like 6 months or something like that. I found out for some characters because like obviously I have like a friendship team where I do dailies with new characters, so that the companionship experience I get from doing the dailies counts towards them. And then I had a group of guys who, so 4 of these, and then the rest of these. But then I also had a group of people stuck in there that I was not using at all because I was focusing on other people for friendship instead. And it took about like 6 months, just constantly accruing your teapot shit. Let's see, what do I need? I guess I could use some specters. Oh, it kicked you. Oh, is that what it said? I know when I was teleporting to my teapot, a message popped up. But I ignored it because I didn't know what it meant. I thought I saw something about co-op. I thought it just said, "Oh, you still have someone in your world. Do you still want to go?" And I just thought it's like, yeah, like I'm chilling in the teapot, you're chilling out in the world. I didn't realize it kicks you. Oh, because like I thought it'd be fine because the teapot world is a co-op world because you can't like open like there's certain shit you can't open up, I think. And then like the team menu is different too. Like when you're in a single player world, you have your parties. Oh, actually, yeah, do this. I'm still in the co-op world. I haven't gone back to single player. But yeah, when you're in the co-op world, it just shows this: the one team that you can only change members from. Whereas in single player world, you can select your team members. I thought, since the teapot was a co-op world, it would just keep everyone. I thought it'd be fine. I thought I would just go to it. I thought it'd treat it like its own. I thought it'd treat it like another one of the other realms. So, how have I not done this? Yeah, well, sorry about that. If I had known, I would have warned you. Is that it? Can't believe I missed that, sir. Is that something over there? One thing I do like about Wuthering Waves is they have a cool. Oh my god, they have a cool ability where when you're gliding. Oh, I see. It's just one of the quest things you have to do to get to. Okay. is that when you're gliding, if you press the R1 button, you'll do this like jump. You'll just a little like jump into the air. You'll stop gliding and do a little hop, and then you start falling. But it is cool, like if you're getting close to a ledge, and you're like a few feet away, like if you're a few feet short, you can do this little hop and maybe have a chance of grappling onto the ledge. I thought that was really cool. There definitely are a few things in Wuthering Waves that are improvements. Well, not really improvements exactly. I mean, there are definitely some things that they have in Wuthering Waves that are like literally quality of life things that Genshin's already done. But there's also been there's other things in the game that you're just kind of wondering, well, why didn't you copy this from Genshin too? Like the free wishes you get for ascending characters. Wuthering Waves doesn't have that. So if your first ascension doesn't get you a free wish, your first, third, and fifth ascension don't get free wishes in Wuthering Waves. It's like, that's surprising. Like, that's a relatively simple thing. Genshin didn't come out with that. It was something released after the fact. But, like, they didn't do that. The recycling of leveling up materials, although maybe, I don't think Genshin does it. Like, if you go too far on experience, for like if you're like leveling up a character, and you go too far and you like max them out, it doesn't give you a refund of the next. Like it doesn't give you a refund. You're like, oh, okay, well, you actually used 2,000 extra experience than you needed to. Here's 2 of the 1,000 experience books as a refund. Genshin doesn't do that. Honkai Star Rail does. Wuthering Waves also does that. So it's like, so there are some elements they obviously. And I don't even think that Honkai Star Rail is unique. I'm sure there's other games that also do that. Like, other gacha games have probably done that as well. But yeah, Wuthering Waves is an interesting mix of quality of life features that exist in Genshin Honkai, while also missing some other ones. But there are... And movement in this game is, I think, a lot more precise. Like, Genshin movement is really precise. Like, it moves exactly where I want to, and stops exactly when I want to. Wuthering Waves is a little more floaty. Like if you're like running forward, if you stop, like you see, like Yelan just kind of stopped. Yeah, I mean she moved like an inch or 2 forward or something like that, but like she pretty much stopped. Of course, when Wuthering Waves, you'll like go forward, you'll go forward in like an additional half foot or a foot, or something like that, which makes it tough for precise movements where you're just like, oh no, I need to stop. Like I need to run to this ledge and then jump right before the ledge. It's possible that Wuthering Waves won't register that, and you'll actually just run off the edge, and then your jump is X and your glide is also X, same as Genshin. So you'll run off the edge and immediately start gliding, which is like, no, I wanted to jump at the ledge and then start gliding. So yeah, some of the movement feels a little floaty. It makes more sense though, because the game's combat is a lot more action paced. So it's like it's better to have floatier movement, because you're going to be wanting to dodge a lot of stuff and get out of hitboxes and stuff. So being able to go further than you wanted or intended benefits you more in combat. And that's like the time where, yeah, sure. Benefits you more in combat. Oh, actually, let me see. But generally, I do enjoy the game. Okay, are you already at the domain? Oh no, you're not in the world yet. Where are you? Oh no, you pop out where I am. Yes, because you joined my world. Okay, which domain? Yeah. Oh, okay, so you just down south. That way. Oh yeah, for Sino's thing. Oh, is this Wanderers as well? I think it was. Anima's recommended. I don't even know what this domain is. think yeah, I think it's for Sino and Wanderer maybe. But since I don't have either character, I think I ran it a little bit because like its 2-piece had an elemental mastery bonus, and so that was kind of useful. So it's good to have another 2-piece elemental mastery, so you could run like 2-piece. Furious Inventor is so it'd be 2-piece Wanderer's Troop, 2-piece this. You're gonna cry? Okay, swap. I'll be a support. I'll bring my Charlotte. There we go. It said only Animo was recommended, so I didn't. Oh, I see. It's all swirling. Oh, maybe I should have brought. Okay. You ready? Okay, let's do this shit. Oh, shit. Oh, I see. Those guys got. So it was Pyro and Water. Fuck it. Might as well claim it. Doesn't hurt to have extra artifacts. Like it. Physical damage. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna press continue. Continue. I'll wait for you to move. Okay, there you go. Hop. God damn it. It's not the first time I've tried swapping characters and it doesn't do it. I press up and it didn't go up. Do you need another or? I like it. Big money, big money. Defense percent. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I see Anim. Oh, yeah, so this is the Wanderer set. Defense percent on both, yeah. Awesome for the very useful defense percent Animo character. But actually, that's something I haven't done. Maybe, do we have an Animo Claymore user? I don't think we have an Animo Claymore user. That would actually be interesting if they introduced an Animo Claymore defense scaling character. That could be pretty cool. Realistically, I think they make sure there's at least one character that can benefit from everything. Oh, I missed this dude. Fuck. Oh, damn, I missed my... I missed my dodge! Let's get my health back. On our mark. And melt you a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, Arlecchino was probably not a great idea. I didn't realize there were pyro slimes near. Realistically, I should have known that. The second they were recommending Animo, I should have expected that there were going to be slimes. Because they're the only... Attack percent Sans, not bad. With Elemental Mastery, not terrible. Obviously, I mean, Elemental Mastery and crit damage on attack percent is kind of what you would want. And if it could roll only Elemental Mastery. But yeah, I'm trying to do that for my, I'm trying to raise my Hazo up. I made a team for Hazo. I already built him. Like, he already has Viridescent. And I stacked him with, it's kind of shit, because I don't have a good goblet, on-set goblet for Animo. Except for the one Kazuha has, but I don't want to remove Kazuha's one, because Kazuha has just a better character overall, so I don't want to make him weaker just for Hazo. And Elemental Mastery Sans with his Mappa Mare. But still, 1800 attack with 455 Elemental Mastery is pretty good. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how he'll perform in my team. Everything here, right? Another thing about the reputation too is that if you're doing exploration and shit, you'll get oh yeah, compass set. You'll get these compasses, and these compasses. See, we're in Sumo, right? Okay, these compasses can help you find treasure chests. Obviously, you could do like the cheat way of just you could do the cheat way of just looking up the interactive map and then checking off every single one you do. I don't like it. I don't like doing that because that's not as fun. I generally just like to wander around, finding what I can find, and then after progressing and wandering around, then I might whenever I have a free moment, wander around with the compass out, just spamming it every now and then, just be like, okay, any treasure chests nearby? But I mean, I already 100% of the area, 100% of all Sumers. So in theory, I have everything. Although technically, you actually can get 100% before you you can get 100% in the area before you even actually unlock it, the entire thing. Did I time that right? Yes. I was add another charge. Nope. You can get 100% on the map before you've actually unlocked literally everything. So they do give you a little leeway. So you can see 100%, but there could actually be like a few chests still remaining somewhere. I actually know there's one chest somewhere in here. Because there's... Yeah. That's how it goes. That's why I'm not too worried about shit like that, because it's like... I know to level my artifacts, and to get good ones at least, you're going to need to do a fuckload of that. You're going to need to spend a ton of time grinding artifacts, getting... And for me, what I'm lowest on is I'm actually lowest on the on artifact experience. So I have a ton of artifacts, way too many than I actually need. But I keep some of them because they could be good. You never know what might roll into something good. Mostly from Wanderers, Troop, and Gladiators. I really should be even more critical for some of these. But I do fodder the 5 stars for experience, but like really what I need the most is experience. Because I do have a lot of characters that just don't have maxed out relics, which I at least, or artifacts, which I try to do. And for the characters I care about the most, I do. But there are definitely like some side characters that like I think my Hazel, I think I did him, but like I think Goro, for instance, has shit. Oh no, I did level him up. Yeah, oh actually no, yeah, he does have some shit. 5, 4, and 12, yeah. So his stuff is not fully leveled. Ours only at 12, is in 16. It's like, I tried leveling up some. Oh, Deluca doesn't even have a max up feather. Ooh, that could go actually pretty well if I get another crit damage. But oh, she's thinking. Oh, I think the reason why these guys don't have maxed out is because I probably swapped their artifact with some other character. Yeah, maybe I gave hers to him or something because to give her a better offensive one. Oh, that's a good one. But yeah, obviously care more about Hu Tao. And Hu Tao can use the HP percent, so that's why I left on her. But generally, like, it feels like shit when you're trying, if you like have one character you really, really like and you want to level that one character, and you need that one set for that one character, yeah, it sucks. Because, like, every artifact you get, you say, is this the right set? So 50-50 chance it's not even the right set, and then that obviously feels like shit. And then it's like, okay, well, did you get the right set? Cool, but like, is it a piece you needed? Like maybe you have a good feather, so you only need a hat or sands or something like that, and you don't get that. That also kind of sucks. Then, of course, is it the right main stat? Which, yeah, like I got some defense percent shit, so it's like, oh, no, it's not. So yeah, like, so every time you get one piece that's not helpful, it feels a little bad. That's why it's generally a little better if you have multiple characters that can use the set. Like, I know that when I first got my Raiden, obviously Raiden's set is the Inazuma one right here. Raiden's set is this one. And so, you know, you were farming shitloads of this. But also, that set was good for a lot of other characters. Because it's just improving your energy recharge, which is good for all supports, really. And then increasing your burst damage based on your energy recharge, which is like, okay, cool. Like, now you're already boosting the stat already. So it's like, yeah, if you're a support that also does damage through their burst, like Xingqiu or Yelan, for instance, now that set's super useful too. And they scale off HP, and Raiden scales only off energy recharge, so it's like you can, you know, balance that out. And so running that, even if you're not getting a piece that's great for Raiden, it could still be good for another support. And even still, like, anytime I went back to this, anytime like a new character comes out that you could use that set, I go and farm that set for that new character. And there have been times where like I'm farming that set for another character, and a really good piece drops, and I level it up. I'm like, holy shit, this is better than Raiden's, and so I give it to Raiden because I like Raiden better. So like, there's that kind of shit. Okay, cool. Well, it was nice farming with you. Shame you didn't get the artifact you need, but it is a slow grind. But the way I like to look at it is that despite not getting the piece you want, you did get some pieces that you could fodder and to level up your artifacts. So even if they're not good pieces, they make other pieces you had on other characters for other sets better because you were able to level them up using the experience. That's how I kind of treat it too. So I go in and farm. I'm farming for a relic. I'm farming for artifact experience. And if I get a good set piece for someone, great. I'll save it away. But then I'll just use all the rest of the shit to level other artifacts. It keeps a little more of a positive mindset. But that's also because like I have built a lot of characters, so it's like, yeah, even if I don't get what I want, I'm still doing pretty well. Because like my characters already have artifacts, and so it's either trying to get a piece better than what they have. Like Arlecchino is going to have a hard time from me, because Arlecchino has her best in slot set from that new area, this domain, and I farmed it a little bit, and I got her some pretty shitty pieces for it, but I got her full set for it. But then I realized, you know what? The Gladiator piece, the Gladiator artifacts, which I have a shitload of because, you know, it's what they give you for every single weekly boss and elite boss forever, in the past 3 years, is only like 3% or so worse. So a good, like in damage, so assuming you had good artifact rolls and sets for both, it's like 3% worse, or maybe even 5%, 3 to 5% worse. But getting relics of the set she really needs is tough. Because it's like you have to farm from scratch, and you're going to have to sift through hundreds of artifacts before you get something relatively good, and even more before you get something actually good. Whereas from this, it's like, nah, if this rolls like shit, I can just use another one of my pile of crit damage hats I have somewhere around. Like, yeah, here's a crit rate one, another crit damage one I could try rolling on, another crit damage one. Oh wow, crit damage with crit rate. That could be good. So it's like, yeah. So whatever I get, I can roll. And plus, I already have a bunch of other ones rolled for other characters that are also using their, like, Gladiator as their offset fifth piece. And so if her crit damage ends up sucking, I can just give it to someone else. To be like, yeah, I want to compare. Is Klee's one better? No, this one has slightly more crit rate. This one has more energy recharge, but it's on Yolan, who has the energy recharge set, so you want to keep that on her. Same for Raiden as well. Actually, Raiden could probably swap with... yeah, so generally, it's just so much easier for me to find a good piece, because I have so many to select for. Like a Pirate... I mean, I'm obviously on set for every single one of these. I have so many Gladiator pieces, it's super easy to... And like, holy shit, look at that. 12% crit rate with 15% crit damage. Like, the only quote-unquote bad roll on this was an attack percent. Everything else rolled into crit rate or crit damage. Like, that's super good. This one had 2 bad rolls, into HP percent and attack percent. Everything else crit rate, crit damage. This had... I think it's 1 bad roll into HP, the flat HP, with all the rest into crit damage. This had a few bad rolls. Looks like 2 into defense percent, 1 into crit rate, 1 into energy recharge. Obviously not great, but obviously getting... Actually, I could fuck about too. Like, this one could be... I could go offset for this. But the problem is, it's elemental damage, which is really a pain to get the right one that's not already in use by some other character. Like, here's a pyro damage one. That sucks. Here's a pyro damage one. Also sucks. Pyro damage, yeah, kind of shit. Like, all of them are kind of shit. Or in use by another character. Like, this one would probably... Oh yeah, this is Arlecchino's one. And like, it's hard to beat Arlecchino's one because it has crit rate and crit damage on it. And energy recharge, which isn't like the worst. But like, finding another one that has both crit rate and crit damage, like, it's literally the only Pyro Goblet I have like that. I actually know Yoimiya has one. And Yoimiya's is actually better. It has a higher crit rate, higher crit damage, and higher energy recharge. But... And it's flat defense. I think it rolled ones in flat defense. So this would be better to swap. But the fact is that Arlecchino needs a defense percent more than Yoimiya does, because Arlecchino's in the thick of things. Arlecchino is a melee fighter, and will be fighting in melee. And it's going to take damage, especially with Bond of Life, restricting, and her passive to restricting healing. So it's like, yeah, this is still kind of better. So it's like, yeah, it's just so hard to find a good piece for that, to replace that. But everything else is pretty good. I mean, this obviously could be better. But the fact that it's a crit damage hat with crit rate on it, and it rolled once into crit rate, it's like still good, kinda. Although I think there was another one that also was like that. Yeah, like here's one. I could try rolling on this to get a better one. Like more crit rate rolls, for instance. This one too. Like, this is actually all good for her. Crit rate, elemental mastery, energy recharge, all good. All good stats. Actually, yeah, let's try, what's the last? HP percent. It's not the worst. Recharge, not great. I want more crit rate, obviously. Crit rate, holy shit. It's actually already better than her current piece. Holy fuck. Okay, I got a replacement. It rolled twice in the crit rate. It is better. Okay. Yeah, it's just getting rid of this. Like, this is obviously trash. But it's crit damage. And getting crit damage on this set is a huge pain in the ass to do. So I keep it. Although what I am also doing is, if I'm looking, if I see a 3-piece that has a flat stat like that, I trash it. Because at this point, it's fine if it has 4 substats and one of them is flat, because at least all 5 could roll into something else. But the problem with only 3 substats and a flat stat one means it has to roll an extra, like one of its 5 rolls is wasted on getting the 4th substat, and that 4th substat could be shit. So it's just generally, if I'm going to roll the dice, I might as well roll on something that already has at least something good. Yeah, that's good shit. Element of Mastery is the only flat number I'll allow on a 3-piece. But if it's like flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, nope. If it only has 3 substats and it has one of them, oh, actually, and yeah, I will keep these simply because it's crit damage. That's the only time I'll. If it's a crit rate or crit damage, or like this too. If it has crit rate and crit damage as its substats, even if there's a flat one on there, on 3, it's like already has 2 of the best ones that you need. Yeah, I'm generally just more. Usually, I'm just more discerning on these ones, on the Wanderer's Troop. Energy recharge. Shit. Okay, well, regardless, it is still better. It loses some defense. It's like, okay, whatever. But she now would have an additional 4.3% crit rate, 5% more crit elemental energy recharge. She loses some attack, which is like whatever. And gets elemental mastery, which is better. So crit is actually already still pretty good. But anyway, where's that? So here we go. Swap that. Attack went down a little bit. Now she has 67 crit rate. 132 energy recharge. Only 16. Oh, that's the only elemental mastery she has in her kit. Wow. That's kind of. I guess pretty much everything else rolled really well. Let's see. Is there anyone else crit damage that could use this? Oh, actually, my Wanderer could. Oh, wait, no. Oh, damn. She actually kind of needs the HP. She has the Jade Cutter, which that means that HP percent goes to attack. So this actually, yeah, it's technically better for her. Crit damage for her. No, she needs the energy recharge more. Crit damage. That actually, it's kind of better for Cleave. Gives her more crit rate. Less energy elemental mastery. Where's my Clee? What's her crit rate at? Does she need crit rate? Kinda. She kinda needs more. Okay, let's do it. Did I swap it? Oh no, I didn't swap. Whoops. She needs this one. Mastery went down a little bit. Crit rate went up a little bit. Not a huge amount. Still. I don't ever use her. I don't really like her playstyle that much. I got her because I thought she'd be good for the Mondstadt talent domain. This one that's full of cryo slimes and cryo abyss mages. So I was like, oh, cool, a catalyst user that can melt with every single basic attack. But the problem is that most of her damage comes from her charge attack. Like her biggest multiplier is her charge attack. Charge attack requires stamina, and literally everything in this arena depletes your stamina. And the fact that she has such a short range, you have to be really close to enemies. So you're oftentimes having to like do a dodge into closer to enemies, using up your stamina. So everything in there reduces your stamina, which just fucking blows for her. So definitely don't like that. Definitely not. So that's kind of why I just stopped using it. Then I got Hu Tao. Like, okay, cool. Hu Tao will do it better. And I got her C1. So I was like, cool. Now her charge attack, it doesn't matter what she does. But because I didn't have really good supports for her, I think I would just brute force too. I was like, yeah, I'll be Hu Tao, Zhang Yin Fan, or Yanfei, and Layla. Although Layla was later, obviously, because it's Sumer. But like, yeah, Layla's shield will make it super good, and I'll have so many applications of Pyro. There's no way I can't do well in this. Um, and it was still kind of rough. It was not super easy, which is kind of annoying because Layla's shield only has 100% uptime, but perfectly 100% uptime, which means it depletes. Like her cooldown comes back the second her shield depletes, which means you have to be able to like swap to her immediately and hope you don't get hit in the swap time and the time it takes her to charge her shield or get her use her shield skill. So, but then I was fucking about with party comps and I found an oh yeah, I'm still in co-op. Oops, I gotta leave. Um, but then I well, I think that was around the time when they gave us more parties. So like we only had the 5 initially, and then they were like, and it was just kind of rough because it's like, okay, well, I had my exploration team. This is the team that I do for everything. Like if I need to go and explore, I need to farm like rocks or whatever, I would do this team because Ganyu can just murder every animal. Zhongli can break every like big pile, like a lot of stones in a single area. And if there's just a one-off stone somewhere, Eula can break it down. Plus, she's tall, so her dodging and running will be faster and go longer, and she'll climb higher. And I had my friendship team, which was always consisted of some really strong DPS with other members that needed more friendship experience, the companionship experience, because I would have this team do my dailies, because every single daily gives you companionship experience, and then turning in, once you do 4 dailies and turn it into the Adventurers Guild, you get another boost of companionship experience. So this is the team I used to level up my friendship. And so it was kind of rough having to like only have, or actually maybe it was only 4 teams initially, and they increased it to 10. I think it was only 4 initially. And so then it was like, then you had to like reserve specific teams for certain like party comps, right? Like you had certain domains that really required a certain team setup, where you couldn't just do random people. You had to be like for instance that Mondstadt. Like so, I essentially had, I think my second team was reserved for doing that one Mondstadt talent domain because you had to have Pyro in it. You just had to. You could not do it without it. I since have swapped, but then they increased more teams, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll try. And so I created this team, and this team absolutely destroys the Mondstadt talent domain. So I finally found some good support that really work well with Hu Tao. It's mainly like Toma like Toma's shield is really good because it does a shitload of pyro application and obviously is a shield, which helps Hu Tao stay alive, but still keep her health low. And then Xing Cho is good for pyro application and it's just a general a small heal. Like if I don't need too much, I don't want to be like get a Kokomi heal and Hu Tao be topped off completely, but like Xing Cho is like, oh cool, your late HP is at 25%, cool. So bring in Xing Cho's swords and that'll pop her up to like 40%, so she can still keep her bonus. And then Kazuha just for the resistance shred. So this team was absolutely amazing. And since they added more slots, I've changed some shit again. Like I created a Dea team. I wanted to make a team that would really complement Dea. I also use Mona because I have a C6 Mona because I just keep getting Monas, and I never really use her. So I thought, oh, I'll just try using her in this team. Maybe this will work. And then I created my Ningguang team because I really like her in that outfit, and I just wanted a team that would do well with her. And I think I tried Ningguang, Albedo, Goro, and Noelle. And Noelle really got, like, since Fiorina came out, Noelle's stonks have really risen because of how good she is as a healer. So I thought, okay, well, she could actually be my Geo healer, and I'll have Albedo and Goro. And Goro just was kind of, like, I didn't really like his playstyle as much. And then I saw Chiori coming up. I thought, oh, Chiori could replace Albedo. So I tried that, Ningguang, Chiori, Goro, and Noelle. And then I'm just like, I just don't like Goro, really. And so I just replaced Goro with Albedo, and having both of these two with both of their Geo constructs triggering Geo damage is fucking amazing. Like, they're both ridiculously powerful. So I really enjoyed using them. together rather than as a pure replacement. Although obviously it's not the best. Like probably Goro would be better if I played him better. Kaching team I've had for a bit. Like Kaching was one of the first 5-star losses. Like I think she was my first 50-50 loss. I think I was trying to go for Venti, and I think I got her first. Or maybe actually, character archive. Yeah, so she was my first 50-50 loss. So Venti, I got Venti and Kaching. I think the day this was released, I think this was released September 29th, or maybe the game started September 28th. But I didn't unlock polls yet. I don't think I went too hard in on the first day, and then I unlocked polls the next day. But I think I was pulling on Venti. I think I lost and got Kaching, and then I got Venti, and then I pulled more on Venti, and I lost again and got Chi-Chi, and then I got a C1 Venti. I pulled on Klee. So I got my first Deluge ages ago. 10-20. Do I get it? Oh shit, I got a Mona too. So I guess I pulled in Ventis again and lost 50-50 because I only have a C1 Venti. So I must have lost 50. So I lost my 50-50 3 times in a row. That blows. Got Venti. So Kaching, Venti, Chi-Chi, Venti, Mona. And then I didn't pull again until Klee. And where's Jean? Oh, there's Jean. Okay, so I lost, and then yeah, even for Klee, I lost. Well, I think I have constellations on my Klee, so I might have won a Klee first and then lost a 50-50 getting constellations for her and got a Jean, but still, I really like Jean. And then that's why like Jean is in my main exploration party because she's a good healer. And I built her like she's a physical damage Jean. Like obviously she's a healer, right? Like her kit's about healing. But I was like, nah. Like the Aquila Favonia looks so ridiculously good on her, especially in her old armor set. In her base armor set, this weapon looks absolutely amazing on her. It's like it is a perfect fit. Like how could you not use this weapon on her? Like it fits so perfectly. But it's physical damage. So it's like, oh, if you're already going to go physical damage, then like, what's the point, right? What's the point in like giving her a healing set if you have a physical damage sword? So that's why I. Oh yeah. So I went all physical damage. I mean, she scales on attack, so it's like you want to scale her on attack anyway. But yeah, I got her 47% crit rate, 161. Not amazing. Crit rate could obviously be better. She still has some healing bonus, some energy recharge, and almost 100% physical damage bonus. And I gave her this set because so I got a physical damage from that. Pretty decent piece. Not horrible. This is pretty good too. 15% crit rate. Like holy fuck, that's amazing. It is. It's like 4 rolls in the crit rate, 1 roll in the crit damage. Like that is ridiculously good on attack percent. So like that's amazing. Like and 10% on this. Like this is the crit rate she has all from substats. So the only thing that could be better is this one. Actually, maybe I should swap this one. Where's the one that Klee had? I would lose some attack and energy recharge for that. Get the energy recharge, but I lose the attack. I kind of need the attack percent. Although getting the extra crit rate would be kind of cool. Yeah, 50% crit rate now. So it's 2351. 2351. I would lose 100 attack. Is the 100 attack really worth? When all her healing scales up attack, is 100 attack really worth 3% more crit rate? Like that's all it would be. The problem is like every other piece she has is really good. Like this rolled once into crit damage, twice into crit rate. Like it's obviously not the best. There could probably be a better one. Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't pick that. Even though the crit damage is good, I can't lose that crit rate. I need at least that much crit rate. It's tempting to steal it from her. I could take it from Ningguang. I don't want to take it from Arlecchino. Arlecchino's really good. But Ningguang doesn't... I don't know. What's Ningguang's crit rate? If Ningguang doesn't need it... I mean, this thing's... Oh, whoops. Shit. I didn't mean to actually swap.
いつでも出発できる
That's probably... Ningguang's crit rate is good. But she already has so much more crit damage, and I need that. I need a better ratio for crit damage for her. Whereas Jean, actually, her crit damage is just as good. But she's not there for damage, though. She only needs the attack for that. Yeah, whatever. She's fine. Obviously, I could find a better... Like, obviously, I could get a better one than this. This could obviously be better. I just need something with attack percent and crit rate, which is tough. Like, this doesn't have enough attack. And it loses the energy recharge. This doesn't lose as much attack, though. It's 2451, so it loses 40 attack, because the flat attack still is useful. But she also loses the energy recharge, and she kind of needs that more, because I've definitely had a lot of... I could swap with my Traveler, but my Traveler needs attack and HP percent because of the Jade Cutter. I don't want to get rid of Arlecchino, Yolan, don't want to fuck with that. Yeah, like, this would be the best one for her, really. Like, she uses all those stats. She just loses the attack. Having more energy recharge, fuck it, let's just do that. Let's get her up to 50%. Yeah, sure, she lost some attack, whatever. It's still pretty good. She gets more energy recharge, or elemental mastery, which is good for a swirler. And more... Did I lose energy recharge? Oh, I had energy recharge on both. Oh, okay, so I did lose 1%, or less than 1%. But now she finally has 50% crit rate. Anyway, but yeah, so I like that team. I got Kaching, one of my first losses, 50-50 losses, that I made this team around her. My Hu Tao team. This team I just made when we got even more team slots. So I was like, oh, let's use Chevreuse. Let's try going for that overcharge reaction. And Emil works really well with overcharge because she doesn't need to be close, and them being blasted away doesn't matter. I tried the freeze team because I got Ayaka, and with that outfit, it looks really cute. Child, because I had Child for ages, and I never ever used him. So I was like, let's actually use him. Like, he's C1 or something like that, because I got like a double header or something like that. So I was like, oh, fuck it, let's just try him out. So he's been useful. I use him against the Wolf, Andreas. Obviously, when I get Nilo, I have to make a team for her, so I tried this out. I probably should swap someone out. I should probably swap out Kokomi for Yao Yao, really. In all honesty, that's what I should do. Let's do that. Let's do that now. Because I notice I don't get enough Dendro application when Nihida's not on the field. And I don't use Yao Yao in any other team, so... And I use Kokomi a lot, so let's use that. That'll be good. And then, when they added the 5 new teams, I was like, you know what? I actually liked Hazo, his playstyle. Like, I used him in my friendship team doing dailies when I first got him. So I could get his friendship up to level 10. And then just never used him because I just didn't want to. And so this is a team essentially of outfit, of misfits. So I was like, okay, well, let's have Hazo as the main DPS. And let's look for some supports. And I'm like, actually, I'm not using Kaya Zhangling or Chi-Chi at all. So, these two, I think even when they did the trial for him, these two were on his team. So I was like, actually, yeah, I'm not using them at all. So I might as well pop them on, give them a shot. Same for Tignari. Actually, I won Tignari on the standard banner, like for the free wishes they give, and so I finally got. And I think I even got him twice. So I got C1's Tignari just because of the standard banner. And so I thought, okay, let's just make a team revolving around him. give him a shot because I did actually like his playstyle a little bit too. It was kind of fun. And then same for Aloy. Well, I didn't really like her playstyle that much, but like she's so niche. Like no one, like no new players have her. You only got her for that one giveaway ages ago. Like, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just try make a team revolving around her. And then I tried using some characters I don't really use at all either. Just try. You know. And then I have a blank team. I haven't really thought what to use for this team. And then my Arlecchino team. So we'll give it a shot. I think my Hazo team's built more than I expected it, so I might actually try using him more frequently. Actually, no. I think the problem with my Hazo team is I don't think my Kaya is built really well, if at all. I think I only just like leveled him relatively recently, just to level up all my characters, and so I don't think he has any good artifacts or anything like that. And even for Zhang Ling, like she had some like shitty noblesse ages ago. Like I used her a lot when the game first came out. I haven't really used her, and so I think I've basically cannibalized everything of her set. Like, because I hated the Noblesse Oblige domain, so I never really ran it again. And so I just like, I was essentially any time I had a Noblesse Oblige piece, I was like taking it from the people who already had it. Like I think Chung Yun and Zhang Ling had a 4-piece Noblesse set each, and then I got other characters. I'm like, oh, actually, I could use that. I could use the full set bonus. I could use the 2-piece bonus for the burst damage. So I gave it to other characters, and so essentially I bastardized the sets they had. And so I'm not even sure what they have right now. So I think I need to rebuild my Kaya and Zhang Ling. Chi-Chi's Maiden's Beloved. She was my healer for the longest time. So she actually has a full plus 20 Maiden's Beloved set. So she's all ready. But yeah, I think Zhang Ling and Kaya need to be remade. And Zhang Ling just needs to be remade. Kaya I don't think I ever really built, so I'm not even sure what sets he uses. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and log out for now. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all next